Welcome everybody, we are back for another video on Talk Sooty. UFC 285 has just finished, well not just finished, but it did happen last night, it was last night or early in the morning for people in the UK. I didn't stay up and watch it, but what I did, I got up nice and early, got all the fights watched, so I can talk about them. I'm not going to talk about every single fight, I'm going to talk about the main ones, and then I'll do a couple special mentions. I'm going to start with the co-main, and then I'll talk about the main, and then I'll do a couple mentions. So, co-main, Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. After Shevchenko's last performance against Santos, I thought she was going to come out firing because I thought she lost the Tyler Santos fight. And I thought she's going to make a statement, she's going to come out sharp and looking, and I thought she was going to get one of those knockouts, like the Jessica Ryan knockout. Obviously not quite as devastating, but I thought she was going to get the finish and get it early. But hey, Alexa Grasso came to fight and she rocked her. I think it was the first round, she rocked her to a boot. And it was a left hand that landed, it followed up with a right hook. Rocked her to a boot. You could see it, definitely affected her. And Alexa Grasso was the sharper of the two with the hands. Obviously, you know, Shevchenko's got the nice kicks, but there was spins and misses. Nothing significant really landing, and I just think Alexa Grasso was piecing up. So Shevchenko went for the takedown. She got the takedown. She got 4 takedowns, 4 out of the 6 takedowns she got, and it looked like Grasso couldn't defend them. And to be honest, she couldn't. She was getting taken down majority of the time which is shown by the 66.7% success rate. Yeah, and I thought, well, if Valentina wants to do this, she just needs to keep taking her down, and Alexa couldn't do much about it. But she started telegraphing those takedowns a lot, and they were getting stopped, and the last couple did get stopped, and then Alexa Grasso were piecing up again with the hands, and then in the 4th round, Shevchenko goes for a spinning back kick. I think it was to the body, and she misses. And Alexa Grasso, like that, absolutely snaps her up. She sees her back open and she jumps on it, absolutely throws herself on it, gets the double hooks in with her legs. She was on top of that back. She drops to the floor and then she's on her neck. She's on it. She's fighting for it, squeezing at the chin, absolutely squeezing for her life. And I thought she wasn't going to get it because it wasn't quite under the chin. But then that squeeze, you could tell, was tight because she ended up tapping, and wow, Shevchenko was so close to completing the full red rubies or diamonds on the belt, so close to doing it on that one side, but it's not going to happen. No longer. Alexa Grasso wins by 4th round submission, 4 minutes and 34 seconds into the 4th round, and wow, what an upset, because I did not expect that. Like I said, I thought it was going to be simple for Valentina, but Alexa Grasso made it work. And hey, maybe that's Shevchenko. Maybe a peak years are done, because a last fight against Tyler Santos, I thought she lost that one as well. I thought it was close, but I thought Santos did just enough. But hey, she's lost and she's been finished. Is there a decline? I don't know. I don't want to say that because she's such a good fighter and such a good champion. But hey, you never know. She might bounce back and get the knockout that I expected her to get tonight, or last night, should I say. But yeah, it is what it is. Congratulations to Alexa Grasso, another Mexican champion in the UFC. Now we're going to move on to what everyone wants to listen to. The main event, Jon Jones, Ciryl Gane. Jon Jones 27-1 with 1 no contest. Ciryl Gane 11-2 now. Same with Jon Jones, 27 wins now. Gets the submission in round 1. I'm not going to just say gets the submission. He absolutely showed his dominance. Dragged Ciryl to the floor. I mean, it says on my screen here that Ciryl landed 7 out of 9 strikes. I thought he landed about 2 leg kicks and 1 kick in the groin. And by the groin, I mean he kicked him right in the crown jewels in about 9 seconds, and then Jones was like, no, I'm not having this, and he put the pressure on, put it under, and then he got round the back, and he just dragged him to the floor and just absolutely just swarmed him, and then he got He went for it, the guillotine again. I mean, earlier on in the fight, like by earlier on, I mean about 30 seconds before, and I didn't think he'd be able to get it. And then there was an opening, there's a little opening, and he just got right under the neck. And at first I thought it was quite a premature tap, but I've seen it, and he absolutely just squeezes on that neck, and he got right underneath it the second time. And Cyril tapped 2 minutes and 4 seconds into the first round, and the GOAT of MMA is back. And he's back with a bang. I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be, if Jones was winning, I thought it was going to be a decision, but he just showed his dominance. And if I was any other heavyweight, I'd be trying to lose any fat you've got or lose a leg and drop down to the weight, because if he wants to, he could stay at this division for the next 2-3 years, fight on to like 38 and just clean everyone out, because that performance was disgustingly good. He just came in, boom, asserted his dominance. I thought his stand-up looked a bit rusty, and he said it himself. I mean, he did a little spinny thing. I'm like, what are you doing? But he just put the pressure on him, ripped him down to the ground, and just does what he does best. Sharp, efficient, got him out of there, no damage, fighting Stipe later on in the year, I think in the summer. And that'll be a great fight. Hopefully he fights again at the end of the year if he gets through Stipe, but that'll be an amazing fight, Stipe versus Jon Jones. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes a similar way, but obviously Stipe is the heavyweight GOAT for a reason. The GOAT of MMA, the GOAT of the heavyweights combined. That'll be a great fight, and I'll be definitely tuning in for that. And when that does come around, I'll definitely be live streaming it. I was meant to be live streaming this last night, but I couldn't get my OBS to work, and only this morning I've figured out how to do it, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway, because I found out that I had to wait like 24 hours to be allowed to stream on YouTube, but that's all good now. So next big event, trying to think, you know what, UFC 286, is it? Yeah, that's the March 18th, and it's in like 2 weeks. Leon versus Usman, definitely be live streaming that. That is getting live streamed. It'll be on YouTube. I'll fill you in it when it gets closer. But yeah, what a performance from Jon Jones. The GOAT just submitted his status at the top. Just a beautiful performance, and I think if you've not got him as your GOAT, what are you doing? Because that was just, he just showed the levels. Is to take 3 years off. 3 years off. People thinking, nah, it's Pete years. He's throwing them away. That was probably one of his best performances ever. I mean, and that sounds stupid because he's made some absolutely ridiculous performances, like absolutely ice cold, choking Machida out, standing up. Just some incredible performances, but that was just dominant. And I think it'll be a great fight, like I said, against Stipe. And I can't wait. If he fights 3 years, I'm in every single time. Because the GOAT's back, ladies and gentlemen, and he just showed why. A couple of other fights that I want to talk about. Jeff Neal, Shavkat Rakhmonov. That was the fight just before the co-main. Rakhmonov getting the submission at the end of round 3 with about, 43 seconds left in the round. Gets the submission, standing submission of Jeff Neal. I thought it was a great fight. I think he got fight of the night. Bonus, actually. It was a great fight. Jeff Neal was in there. He was throwing good shots, but Shavkat Rakhmonov, another finish. What is he, 17-0 now? With eight submissions and... No. Is he 9 submissions, eight knockouts or something? Yeah, I think he might be 9 submissions and 8 knockouts, so he's finished all of his fights. What a joke. He's a machine. He looks the real deal. He's just violence. And somebody said it on Twitter, he's just pure violence. He doesn't do any trash talk. He just gets in there, violent, boom, gets the job done and gets out of there. And hey, if you're going to put performances like that, people tune in, no matter if you talk or what. And then there's another one just before that was Gamrot versus Turner. Gamrot got the decision over Jalen Turner. Good performance from him. Definitely the right result there. Bo Nickel as well versus Jamie Pickett. Round 1 submission, 2 minutes and 54 seconds into round 1. He looks very good. His wrestling looks good. I don't know about his striking though. I mean, if there's someone who can stop the takedowns, it'd be interesting to see if he can can strike because he literally just jumps for the legs. But he is a very, 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 very good wrestler. There was a bit of a controversial knee or something, or a strike to the nuts. I didn't actually see it properly when I watched the fight, but I'll have to have a look at that again. I don't know if it would have affected much of the thing. I think he would have got him down anyway and got the submission in, but it's probably just Pickett, just wondering why he lost, probably. Just trying to make an excuse, really. Couple other fights. Cody Garbrandt, he won on decision over 3 rounds. He looked sharp, very sharp. He was wasn't throwing much, but he was very efficient. He had an 82.5% success rate with his strikes, which is very good. Takedowns 2 out of 3 as well. He looked good, but you just never know when he steps it up and someone can crack. I just don't think that chin's gonna hold up, unfortunately. But he did look sharp, and it was a very nice timed takedown. I think he smacked the right leg kick, and then Jones threw something back, and then he timed the takedown perfectly, got him down. The fight before that as well, which I'm surprised was on the prelims, Derek Brunson versus Duplessis. Dricus. It's weird because he always seems knackered, and then he just comes in and just destroys. Like that second round, but he was very good. Like 2-3 minutes in, he just turned up the pace, and Derek Brunson looked like he was out on his feet for about 2 minutes. He looked like I don't know if he has like a compromised leg or something, but he definitely didn't look himself. And actually, right at the last minute, Derek Brunson's team threw the towel in, and he got the TKO in round 2, 4 minutes and 59 seconds, it says here. And then one more fight I want to talk about, which I was very, very impressed with, was Ian Gary versus Kainan Song. Ian Gary moving to 11-0 now. If you've seen it, in round 3, before the finish, absolutely beautiful combinations. He rips hooks to the bodies and hooks to the head with a beautiful knee in there. It's just pure violence, but calculated violence, because every shot was just landing, and it was beautiful. It was art. It was a work of art. I loved that finish because it was aggressive, but it was controlled, and I thought it was a great finish from him. And he moves to 11-0, and I'd like to see him keep stepping up because he looks good. Obviously, he gave a little tribute to Conor McGregor with the old Billy Strut or Billy Wart, whatever you want to call it. Very good performance, and I think he's got something about him, Ian Gary. I like him a lot. Moving on now. Well, there's not fight-wise, there's not much to talk about, but next week, I believe, it is next weekend, we've got Peter Yan versus Merab. I'm not going to say his second name because I'll botch it, but Merab's very good, actually. I've seen him. Peter Yan, obviously, we know he's been on the end of a few, some may say controversial, some may say close decisions, however you want to put it. He's been on the wrong end of a few decisions recently. 16-4, Merab 15-4 now. And then we've got Volkov and Alexander Romanov as the co-main for that. That should be a good fight. I don't think I'll do a live stream of that. I might do a reaction to it depending on how the fight plays out. But definitely UFC 286, March 18th, I'll be live streaming that because it's in the UK. So I won't have to stay up. I mean, even if it was in America, I would have stayed up and watched this one. But yeah, we'll be watching that. We'll be live streaming it here. I'll put some more notice out a couple of days before the fight. Looks like a very good card. I wish I was the go-in, but the tickets were a joke of a price. I can't lie. Some good fights on. Mohamed Makayev, who I like a lot. He looks very, very, very good. He's 9-0. He was fighting on the prelims. Jack Shaw's fighting. I like Jack Shaw. Nathaniel Wood was fighting, but that fight looks like it's been cancelled. Martin Vittori's fighting. Gunnar Nelson was fighting, but that's been cancelled as well. I don't know if they've replaced that. Joanne Wood's fighting. Justin Gaethje, Fiziev, how you want to say it. That'll be a very good co-main. And then obviously the main event, Leon Edwards versus Kamara Usman. Both got one each. Beautiful knockout in the last one from Leon Edwards. Hey, that'll be a good fight, I think. I hope Leon does it. But that's it from me today. Just a little cheeky reaction to UFC 285. What are your thoughts on the whole event and is Jon Jones your GOAT in MMA? Personally, for me, he definitely is. I think he was before, but I think he's just taking it from there to there. But that's it from me today. Hope you've enjoyed. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Sooty out.